Welcome to my presentation on the instructor feedback strategy, Muddiest Point. My name is Charlene and this is for assignment 5 of the PIDP 3260. All references used will be noted at the end. Today I will be discussing how to implement this strategy with students and some of the advantages and disadvantages around that. According to Janet Hamilton from teachthought.com, it says that it is difficult to measure success, and in the world of academia, educators are continually re-evaluating how to quantify learning. But the first and most important question to ask is, are teachers reaching their students? The Muddiest Point is a feedback instrument given to students by the instructor in order to gather valuable information regarding the area or areas that have been the most unclear to the student. And the term muddiest means most unclear or most confusing. One way to implement this strategy is to give your students an index card or piece of paper where they can write down which concept confused them the most during class. These cards will be collected at the end of class, either in a Dropbox or something else that you have creatively come up with. Firstly, determine what area you want feedback on. Is it the entire class session or one self-contained segment? Is it a lecture or a discussion, a presentation? And then the question asked is this: what was the muddiest point in that lecture or that discussion, that homework assignment, or the film, etc.? This strategy can be done at the end of class, and then any areas to discuss can be done during the following class. If time allows, these areas can also be discussed immediately. Important to note that informing students ahead of time that you will want their input gives each student a chance to think about the areas that need more attention for them. According to the University of Nebraska, the Muddiest Point strategy is described as remarkably efficient since it provides a high information return for low investment of time and energy. The advantages of this type of assessment are: it's quick and doesn't take up much time, it is non-graded, it gives immediate response as to what is working and what is not, so you as the instructor can gauge what to address during the next class. It's easier for introverted students to respond. It encourages the view that teaching is an ongoing process of inquiry, experimentation, and reflection. It helps students become better monitors of their own learning. It also helps students feel less anonymous, even in larger courses. And it provides concrete evidence that the instructor cares about learning. The disadvantages of this type of assessment are: it does focus more on the negatives, and it can give room for students to not be constructive. Some students might find it difficult to articulate what they don't understand merely on a piece of paper. There are more advantages than disadvantages to this assessment technique. I currently use this with my piano students, and I will continue to use this strategy as part of my teaching in the future. This strategy gives me immediate feedback, and I can plan where we are going by their next lesson. As a teacher, the goal for me is always that my students learn. If I can be more aware of my students' needs, I believe it can make me a better teacher.